Hi everyone, so it's time for another Empties video, and you might have seen in my last couple of videos I've started doing a bit of a theme to my Empties videos, and today everything in this video is going to be empty and used up makeup rather than skincare or hair care or body care or anything like that. So let's face it, it's probably going to be quite mascara heavy because mascara is definitely the thing I go through the quickest. It's it's not the only thing, but I definitely wear mascara almost every day compared to, you know, eyeliners, blushes, eyeshadows, that kind of thing, but I do have some other products other than mascara in here as well. But I will start off with a few mascaras. I've actually got four. I've got the Collection Does It All 5-in-1 mascara, the No. 7 Exceptional Definition Nutrient Enriched mascara, the Rimmel Kate Moss Eye Rock mascara, and the Revlon Viper mascara. So if I start with the Collection one, this is one of those ones with really rubbish packaging. In fact, I don't think I even completely used it up, but the packaging broke. As you can see, when you take that off, you've then now got to screw this off separately. It all gets a bit fiddly, and I thought I can't be bothered to carry on with that. But brush-wise, it is one of the synthetic brushes, long and thin, quite cylindrical, but with different shaped and different sized bristles on it. As a mascara, I actually thought it was really, really good. It's really, really lengthening, doesn't do much for a curl, but really nice length and really nice volume, and it's probably only a few pounds as far as I remember, so I liked that mascara. The Revolution one, the Viper one, has got a really interesting shaped brush. It's natural bristles, but it looks like, to me, it looks like a cobra. It's got sort of a dome to it, and it's thicker there, thinner at the bottom. What I loved about this is it really, really grabs the lashes right from the base, and you can give it a really good stroke of mascara on there. If you're looking for a mascara that gives you volume, length and curls your lashes all in one go, then this is one that I would recommend, and this only costs £3. Downsides to it, it's quite messy, so it's definitely not one you can just quickly shove on in the morning and run out the door. It's got to be one that you need to take your time over, but I did like that one, especially for only £3. This is one of the mascaras I loved, the No. 7 one. Brush wise, very, very different. It's synthetic brushes. One side has got very, very tiny, short, thin bristles. The other side is curved, and it's got much thicker bristles that are spread out much more. What I loved about this is you can use the one side for your top lashes, the other side for your bottom lashes, without it looking too clumpy either way. I featured it in a favourites. I still really, really love it. It's definitely one I would buy again. I haven't bought it again simply because there are so many mascaras that I like, so you know, I don't buy the same one every single time, but this is definitely in my top 10, I would say. The Kate Moss one, the Eye Rock one, so this I like. The packaging's a bit bulky, so it is a bit sort of cumbersome to use, and again, it's got quite a different brush. It's sort of curved like an S shape, synthetic brushes, but very, very long bristles. This gives you a really, really voluminous black dramatic lash. Loved it for that. So I do like the way it makes your lashes look, but it's very, very messy because of the size of the bristles, how sparse they are as well, how far they are spread out. It is prone to sort of smudging. I don't mean once it's on your lashes, but it's quite easy to accidentally get it on your cheek, on your eyebrow, even on your inside of your nose. So it's definitely not one for beginners and one to take care with, but it does give you a nice effect. So moving on to things that aren't mascaras, this is the Burt's Bees Enriching, Hydrating and Nourishing Lip Balm with mango butter. So it's not one of their coloured ones that gives you a tint. It's just their completely plain one. Standard lip butter, really. It screws up. I've completely used it up, so I can't even feel what it felt like now. But I do feel like this is one of those lip balms that gives you a bit of a coating over the top of your lips rather than really goes into your lips and nourishes them. So probably not one I would use again out of choice. This is the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation. It looks like I haven't used it, but I literally got all out of it there that I could. I had this in No. 100 Ivory, which at the time when I bought it was the lightest shade they did, but Rimmel now do a lighter shade than this, Porcelain. I think they do it in every of their foundations, but I'm pretty sure they do it in this one. This is still one of my favourite foundations. I've mentioned it quite a few times. For people with dull skin, slight dryness to their skin, and that like a dewy finish, I would always recommend this. It's so inexpensive. I think it used to be £7.99, but now it's gone up to maybe £8.99. but I just love it. It's just one of those foundations that if I open up my foundation drawer, I'm like, oh, which one shall I wear today? This is usually the one I end up reaching for. I haven't repurchased it in this shade. I do have it in another shade which was slightly too dark for me, which I did use a little bit when I was on holiday with a slight tan. And I haven't bought this again, not because I don't love it, but because I've got so many to get through at the moment that I'd rather get through some of the stash that I've got, but then I will definitely repurchase this in maybe ivory, maybe porcelain. I'll have to go in there and have a look and see what shade suits me best now. Last of all, I've got 3 eyeliners. These are all liquid eyeliners and they're all from the drugstore or the high street. So the first one is the Essence Superfine Eyeliner Pen, one of the felt tip pens. Right, this has got a really interesting nib because it's so long and really tapers out to the end. So I thought this was going to be ideal for the good old cat flip, which you know I'm trying to achieve and trying to get better at. But it's so flimsy, the actual nib, even though it's a felt tip, it's very flimsy. So I found it, as a beginner, it's really not very good for creating a cat flick. I also found that the ink came out quite bitty, so if you drew a line it wasn't the same intensity of colour all the way across. So this wasn't really one that I was impressed with, and I'm getting rid of it even though it's probably not completely used up. The Maybelline Liner Express. This is one that is more of a brush nib. It's still got quite a slim nib, much shorter than the Essence one I just showed you, and much more flexible, but that's how it's meant to be, if you see what I mean. It's meant to be a brush, you expect it to be. Again, I didn't really get on with this one. I don't think it's because it's a bad product, I think it's because I'm a complete beginner with cat flicks in the eyeliner, and it just wasn't ideal for beginners. You do need quite a lot of precision, you do need a very steady hand with this because of the flexibility of the brush, and I found because of the shape of the container, when it started to get empty, well, before it even started to get empty, you really had to shake it up and get the product out. So the thing with liquid eyeliners, I think unless you use them every day, you don't get the best value for money out of them because they do tend to dry up much more quickly than you would like. And finally, this is the Bourjois Liner Futur. I probably haven't pronounced that correctly. This was one that when it came out, quite a lot of people said great things about it. The thing I do like about it is the shape of the pen. It makes it easier to grip, it's thicker at one end and thinner at the other. The actual brush itself is felt tip, much more of a sturdy felt tip, a little bit thicker at the base but very thin at the end. So out of the 3, this is my favourite. This is one that I found much easier to use as a beginner. You had automatically more precision over it because of the shape of the barrel, if that's what you want to call it, how inflexible the nib was, and also how well the colour came out. It came out really well without having to go back over certain areas. Again, it did dry up reasonably quickly, but I don't think that's a criticism of the particular eyeliner. I think it's just what liquid eyeliners are like in general. I do try and store them like that so that they don't dry out, but where I don't use liquid eyeliner every day, maybe once a week if that, you know, I try not to have too many on the go at once because I will end up wasting them, because as I say, if you're not using them all the time, they are going to dry out. So that's everything from my makeup. These makeup empties are probably going to come around less frequently than other types of empties videos, simply because I don't go through it as much. And you're probably hardly ever going to see a blusher or an eyeshadow, or what else are you hardly ever going to see? Highlighters and that kind of thing. But when I do use them up, I will shove them into my empties box so that I can give you a proper review of them. Please give the video a thumbs up if you've liked it, and if you'd like to subscribe, please do. I upload once a week at least, and I will see you next time. Bye.